Explosions of Sushi, Bachelor Nation, more live action remakes, and Twitter's reactions to all of it. I'm Eric Zachary. This is the Big Rewind, where we watch everything on the internet so that you don't have to. And let's just jump right into it with exploding tempura rolls. And no, I'm not talking about something that's overpriced in New York City that you would have to wait like 3.5 hours to even try. This is real. So apparently a bunch of random restaurants in Wisconsin, Virginia, and Minnesota are all claiming close to $500,000 of combined fire damage after deep-fried tempura flakes spontaneously combusted in their kitchens. Investigators looked into it and saying that it's the combination of canola and soybean oils that they use to prepare the flakes. Don't confuse this with other flakes that cause spontaneous combustion, like snowflakes that cause that of Trump supporters. Too much? We're gonna go into it, we're gonna go there. Speaking of Trump, I don't really need to dive into the comments made by our commander-in-chief over the weekend referring to a certain couple Congress women. Instead, let's focus on Twitter's reactions. Most importantly, Chris Evans, Captain America, and I quote, "This is racist, Biff. The only thing worse than actually being hateful and racist is casually wielding hate and racism to activate your base in an unrelenting, painfully transparent, and crushingly on-brand effort to soothe your only true..." You're using way too many big words for Trump, first of all, right off the bat. I just need to stop him there. But second of all, Captain America taking on Captain Underpants, this is the Marvel movie we've been waiting for, man. I don't need another re-release of Avengers Endgame. I need this in my life. Twitter jumping on board Chris Evans' run for president, please, and these Photoshop skills are getting scarily good, by the way. I'm not even American, but I'd vote. My thoughts exactly. It's sad. This is how some people actually think. Blah, blah, blah. I'll leave the fighting to the interwebs, but you get the point. This morning, the nominations for the 71st Annual Emmy Awards taking the internet by storm. And I should rephrase that by saying the internet is taking the Emmys by storm, because literally none of these nominations are traditional broadcast TV shows. Game of Thrones, which yes, airs on HBO, but is still a subscription-based channel, is leading the pack with, I want to get this right, 32 nominations. 32. Obviously, you can throw visual effects in there, you can throw Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and then most likely to piss off your entire fan base as well. If that's an Emmy category, it's already won. A couple other big contenders. You have Marvelous Mrs. Maisel with 20 nominations, Barry with 17. All of these, again, subscription-based, either cable networks or streaming platforms. You have a few from traditional outlets, like NBC has SNL and This Is Us, ABC has Blackish, but the point is, we finally know where all of our money is going. Also, what happened to the fact where we could pay like one cable price and it included all of these shows? Now we literally pay for every single network on there. But damn it, if they start a dog channel, I'm gonna pay for that too. See what happens when you wanna cut the cable? We just pay for all of the little mini cables inside that giant proverbial cable. I'm more impressed that I said proverbial right. Did I even say it? I don't even know. I said it right? I got one no. Moving on. The millennial doesn't know in the room. Awesome. Moving on. Disney's The Lion King is hitting theaters this Friday. That cannot come soon enough because I'm tired of talking about the premieres and the star-studded cast. Although most people very excited for this, the critics not thrilled. Actually, going as far as to tear it apart a little bit. Check this out.
Barely register the slightest hint of emotion, and in the end, it just starts to look like more of a celebrity-narrated National Geographic special than a Disney movie. Who needs bright and beautiful colors of animation when you could have 84 different shades of tan?
Listen, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't speak on that. But a lot of people who have, or just this particular reviewer's followers on Twitter, agreeing. I love this rant. I'm just curious, did you pre-write this or are you going off the top of your head? He pre-wrote it. Trust me. All of our fears are a reality. Slow clap on the takedown. God, people love Epic Takedown, Savage. No one wanted this movie to succeed, it looks like. And speaking of hatred of live action remakes, or in this case, a live photo realistic remake, Coraline trending all over Twitter today. People saying that they're seeing Coraline trending, and they're excited about it, and then they realize why it's trending, and they're not anymore. I guess a lot of people wanted a sequel. That was they were hoping for. Yeah. Well, that's not happening. And it's also not happening as a live action remake. This is just a rumor that started, and it shows how quickly false information can spread on the internet. This is sounding like a PSA now, but the actual author of Coraline, Neil Gaiman, nailed it. He put everyone's fear to rest, saying there's not going to be a live action remake of a creepy button-faced doll. Well, he didn't use those words, that's my hyperbole, but he's saying, does anyone actually know where this even started? All I'm seeing is literally thousands of tweets from people going, no. I think it had the opposite effect. If it had ever crossed anyone's mind, it hadn't, it would not be a thing. So it sounds like he's not a fan. Until he needs money, and then guess what? Live action remake Coraline coming to theaters near you. To go off the topic of remakes or restreams or reliving moments, this is actually pretty interesting. Today, the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 launch. Not when they landed on the moon, this is when they literally took off, and CBS decided to monopolize on the situation by streaming, kind of cool, the original Walter Cronkite broadcast in its entirety, including the launch itself.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Pretty cool, right? Why is it moving so slow? Okay, I'm sure there's physics behind this, but why is this thing in the air for 10 seconds and it's maybe 5 feet off the ground right now? Look, we hit 50 feet. Awesome. I also love how the guys who had my job before me way back in the day were afraid to get excited at all. Boy, this is exciting stuff. This is breathtaking. It truly is. Yeah, it's breathtaking because you're not actually verbalizing any. I digress. Also, my personal favorite note on this subject, the fact that when I say that it's the entire original broadcast, it's the entire original broadcast, including the commercials, which, what up, 1969?
Nobody can tell by looking. But you know what? This terrific bikini was made by a paper company.
Was it?
International paper company made it just for me.
I don't know why this seems like people are literally half naked on the television all the time now, but just something about this being like, I know if this woman is still alive, she's probably my grandmother. That kind of creeps me out a little bit right now. Like, oh, CBS, they had a cornflakes commercial in here too. Do you think the advertisers had to pay again to rerun it? No. 2 for 1, sweet. See what happens if you advertise with media companies, specifically the Big Rewind? Okay, I'm just trying to. AdSense, guys. To wrap up today's TV-focused Big Rewind, we've got to talk about it. Bachelor Nation, everyone is freaking out about last night's semi-finale. Hannah telling Luke, well, let's call him, for lack of a better phrase, the villain of the season, that she is not okay with him telling her what to do with her body, as she should.
I just want to make sure you're not going to be, sexually intimate with, the other relationships here.
It's called a fantasy suite. What do you think happened? Okay, I get we need to address that the Bachelor or the Bachelorette has never officially said what happens in the suites, but like, come on. Yeah, Mom, I'm going to sleep over at a girl's house, and I swear to God, we're going to be in different beds. Like, come on. Understandably so, Hannah not happy.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you just said that. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
She's so mad.
I don't owe you anything at this point. Do you not understand that?
He just looks cute. I like that you could put Scooby-Doo's voice and it would match perfectly with his face. Like, huh? Needless to say, I made myself laugh on that one. Needless to say, she kicked Luke out. He didn't want to get up. I'll spare you how long it actually took him to get to the car. But when he did, he still didn't want to get in. So she decided, well, you know what? I can make you get in the car.
So, like, I have had sex.
Say what?
I can't reiterate enough. This hasn't happened, like, never on Bachelor or Bachelorette, right? Maybe. Okay, so you don't know.
No, not okay.
See what I'm dealing with here?
Yeah. And Jesus still loves me.
Jesus still, he does. And
I didn't just go to the fantasy suite.
wait for it.
I no windmill.
I'm sorry. Can we run back one more time? She didn't just go to the fantasy
Go to
suite.
the fantasy suite. I no windmill.
That is some Once Upon a Time-ish. And
guess what? We did it a second time.
twice. Bam, bam. Who is in the windmill? Peter, attaboy. Get it. Was there hay in the windmill or was it like a sweet in the windmill? I have so many questions. Okay, so they didn't rough it. I'm out. That is it for today's The Big Rewind, where we watch everything on the internet so that you don't have to. My name is Eric Zachary. Don't forget to check out our last video here. You can hit subscribe here, like the video somewhere around, I'm not even gonna try to get that right. And then let us know what stories you want us to cover next in the comments below.